Hope is rising, love is near. We come together hand in hand, hand in hand. A miracle shines across the land. Every heart, every voice, every choice, we are the miracle of the season.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Guess what? We are almost done with our recording. We've got about another 5 hours worth of recordings coming up. So and this includes our things section, which we've got a wonderful interview that we were able to put together with my beautiful wife Adrienne and our good friend Jeremy York, the founder of Things Network. And then Things takes over for a little bit, and they do a little show that they did a couple of years ago, and Jeremy likes to play. And during that show, during our interview, we came to the decision, you know what? Let's add it to the miracle. Why not? Well, see, folks, that's how easy this program is. If you've got something uplifting, if you've got something fun, if you've got something that's going to reach people, grab them by the neck and really help them out, well, send it to us for next year. Let's do this. Last year we had to rerun everything 5 times. This year, folks, we're only going to have to rerun it once. We're growing. We're getting this. We're doing good. We're learning a lot. But we're not there yet. We've got more to go. We need to get the rest of this figured out. But we're really close, and with your help, we can get this done. We're going to continue with our celebrations, and next up, we have Kwanzaa, a celebration of African heritage, unity, and purpose. Cultural holiday rooted in community, ding, 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 identity, and the power of coming together. Beautiful. This is a winter celebration that was born right here in the United States, but rooted deeply in the African values, traditions, and community life. Kwanzaa, a 7-day cultural holiday honoring African heritage, unity, creativity, and collective purpose. Kwanzaa isn't a religious holiday. It isn't meant to replace Christmas or Hanukkah. It's a celebration of identity, family, and community. A moment to pause, reflect, and reconnect with the values that help people thrive. What is Kwanzaa and why does it exist? Kwanzaa was created in 1966 by Dr. Mulana. Karinga. Mulana Karinga. I hope I got that right. Professor of African Studies. It was born during a time of civil rights struggle. This is the 60s, remember, so there was a lot of BS going down. Cultural awakening, community rebuilding, and a need for affirmation and connection. Dr. Karinga wanted to create a celebration that honored African cultures and values, strengthened African American communities, encouraged unity and purpose, and provided a space for reflection and renewal. The name Kwanzaa comes from the Swahili phrase Matunda ya Kwanzaa, meaning first fruits. It draws inspiration from African harvest festivals. It almost sounds like I went somewhere I didn't want to go with that. Festivals. Let's try festivals. Celebrations of gratitude, community, and fruits of the collective labor. When Kwanzaa is celebrated, Kwanzaa lasts 7 days from December 26th to January 1st. Each day focuses on one of the Nguzo Sabu, the seven principles. Nguzo Sabu, the seven principles which we will explore in depth. The holiday ends with a feast called Karamu on December 31st. The seven principles. And these are the principles from the heart of Kwanzaa. Each one is a value drawn from African culture and traditions meant to guide individuals and communities towards strength and unity. Here they are. It's number one is umoja, unity, to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. This is the foundation, the belief that people thrive when they stand together. Kujichangulia. Okay, Kujichangulia. Self-determination, to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves, to call to identity, empowerment, and self-respect. Ujima, collective work and responsibility, to build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems, and to solve them together. A reminder that community is a shared effort. Ujama, cooperative economics, to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and businesses, and to profit from them together. Economic empowerment is a path to freedom. Nia, purpose, to make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to the traditional greatness. A call to the meaningful work and long-term vision. Kuomba, creativity, to always do as much as we can in the way we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherit it. Creativity as service. Imani is faith, to believe with all of our hearts in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. Faith, not as a religion, but as a trust in one another. The symbols of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa uses 7 core symbols in each place on a table to display, or a display called mki, an mkika, a woven mat representing the foundation of tradition. So you got the mkika. Kinara is a 7-branched candle holder. Mishuma Saba, the 7 candles. 1 that's black, 3 that's red, and 3 that are green. The 1 black means unity. The 3 that are red represent the struggle, and the 3 that are green are hope and future. Mazao, fruits and vegetables representing the harvest. Harvest? Good God. I can see, I told you, I struggle with the American language too. Muhindi, ears of corn, 1 for each child in the household. Kikombe cha, moja, the unity cup, used to pour libations honoring ancestors. Zawadi, Gifts, usually handmade or educational, symbolizing growth and commitment. Some of the rituals and practices include lighting the Kanara. Each night, one candle is lit. The black candle is first, then alternating between red and green. So alternating for struggle and success each night. Families discuss the principles of that day. The libation ceremony. A small amount of water or juice is poured to honor ancestors. Storytelling and reflection. Families share stories of ancestors, achievements of the year, hopes for the future, and community goals. Karamu Feast, held on December 31st. This is the that final feast, that larger feast. Foods often include African dishes, African American soul food, Caribbean dishes, shared community meals. It's a celebration of abundance, unity, and culture pride. The colors of Kwanzaa, the colors come from the Pan African flag, black, red, and green. These colors appear in decorations, clothing, and candles, and artwork. The deeper meaning of Kwanzaa is about reconnecting with heritage, strengthening community, honoring their ancestors, building a better future, celebrating creativity and resilience, affirming identity. It's a holiday that says we are stronger together, we honor where we come from, we build where we are going. Kwanzaa is a celebration of identity, unity, and power of community. It reminds us that we're all part of something larger, a story, a heritage, a collective journey. Whether you celebrate Kwanzaa or simply honor its message, it offers a powerful truth. We rise higher when we rise together. So, thank you so much for joining me for Kwanzaa. Now we're going to move on to Three Kings Day, Epiphany Dia de la Reyes, a celebration of gifts, revelation, journey, and the joy of arrival. This celebration honors the moments when the Magi, the wise men, arrived to visit the newborn Jesus, bringing the gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. But the Three Kings Day is much more than a biblical story. It's a celebration of journey, generosity, revelation, cultural identity, family, community, and the joy of arrival after a long road. What is Epiphany, Three Kings Day? It's celebrated on January 6th, marking the end of the 12 days of Christmas. The word epiphany comes from Greek epiphania, meaning revelation, appearance, manifestation. In Christian tradition, it commemorates the visit of the Magi, the revelation, the revelation of Jesus to the world, the idea that the divine truth is revealed to all people, not just a few. Celebrated mainly in Latin America, Spain, the Caribbean, and Latino communities in the U.S., this day is known as Dia de la Reyes, Day of the Kings, and is often more important than Christmas for gift giving and celebration. The story of the Magi, Magos. According to tradition, three men traveled from the east following a star. Melchior, often depicted as an older man with white hair, bringing gold, symbolizing kingship. Gaspar, a younger man, bringing frankincense, symbolizing divinity. Balthazar, often depicted as king from Africa, bringing myrrh, symbolizing humanity and mortality. The journey represents seeking truth, following light, preserving through difficulty, bringing gifts to honor what is sacred. Their arrival is emotional climax to the Christmas season. The Three Kings Day is celebrated different around the world. In Spain, parades are held. Candy is thrown from floats, which is illegal here in Colorado. Children leave shoes out for gifts. I'm sorry, kids' shoes stink. Families eat roscon de reyes, a ring-shaped cake. So that is Spain. In Mexico, okay, well, this would work a little bit better, I guess. Children leave shoes filled with hay for the king's camels. Gifts arrive on the morning of January 6th. Families share that ring cake. Whoever finds the baby figurine hosts a party on Candlemas, February 2nd. Puerto Rico and the Caribbean. Children gather under the grass for the camels. That's better than leaving shoes full of hay. Music, dancing, and community celebrations. Kings visit neighborhoods and schools. Latin America, just a variety of countries. There's parades, nativity reenactments, feasts. Geez, my eyes are starting to kill me. Sorry, excuse me, please. These words are kind of blending together. Gift giving, community gatherings. Ethiopia and African Christians. Epiphany is celebrated with water blessings, processions, white clothing, joyful singing. Eastern Orthodox churches. Epiphany is celebrated January 19th in the Julian calendar. Blessing of water, ice water plunges, processions, and an emphasis on the baptism of Jesus. Three Kings Day is truly global. The Roscon de Reyes. One of the most beloved traditions is the Rosca de Reyes, a sweet ring-shaped bread decorated with candied fruit, sugar, nuts, sometimes filled with cream or chocolate. It's like a giant donut. Inside the bread is a small figurine of the baby Jesus. There's where the party comes in. Whoever finds it is blessed, must host a party on Candlemas, February 2nd. Sometimes receives good luck for the year, unless somebody ruins their house at the party. Bad joke, bad timing, but come on. The ring shape symbolizes a crown, eternity, and unending nature of love and community. I mean, you're inviting people over. You didn't even know you were throwing a party. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, look, I found a baby. Yay, you know the people you're inviting? Man, I sat down to have a cup of coffee and a piece of cake with this guy. Now all of a sudden I got all these yahoos at my house. I am joking. I've been doing this for hours. Come on. Plus, I'm delaying because my eyes are really burning here. The shoes and gifts. I'm glad that we're getting to this. Instead of stockings, children place shoes, boxes, and small baskets. Find me an old, worn out box, please. Keep your shoes. Keep your shoes. A small basket. Hell, I'll chip in for a small basket, all right? They leave these outside their door or under a tree, and they fill them with hay, grass, or water. None of those seem like they would hold water very well. For the camel of the kings. In return, the kings leave toys, candy, books, clothing, notes of encouragement. I see a resemblance here to what? The tooth fairy. This transition emphasizes generosity, caring for others, reciprocity, and the joy of giving and receiving. The deeper meaning of Epiphany is about revelation, journey, and generosity. In return, they receive inclusion, hope, and arrival. It teaches everyone is invited and everyone can follow the light. Everyone has a gift to bring. It's really a beautiful tradition. I mean, it really, really is. Uh, this is, all of these have been just wonderful. I've loved the message in all of them because they're all the same. This is what we always try to say is we need to learn about these things because what others are celebrating is not much different than what you're celebrating. It's just not. So please remember that. Three Kings Day Epiphany is celebration of arrival, generosity, and reflection. It reminds us that the journey matters, but so does the moment when we finally reach the place we've been seeking. It teaches us that gifts are not about the price, they're about the meaning. You hear that, kids? It's not about the price, it's about the meaning. So take this cinnamon stick and go, and it's a lightsaber. Next, we have St. Lucia's Day, the Scandinavian Festival of Light. Sancta Lucia, the Scandinavian Festival of Light, a celebration of hope, courage, and the triumph of light over darkness. Today, we're traveling north, far north, to the snowy landscapes of Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Finland. We're stepping into a winter celebration that glows with candles, white robes, songs, and a message that feels universal. Even in the darkest time of year, one person carrying a light can change everything. This is St. Lucia Day. I'm sorry, Sanka, Sankata Lucia. Sankta Sancta Lucia Day. It's celebrated every year on December 13th, so it's passed right in the heart of the long Nordic winter, in which you heard, um, you heard Maria talking about how about their winters up there. So let's explore this history of symbolism and rituals and the beauty of the Festival of Lights. Why December 13th? The old solstice before modern calendars, December 13th was believed to be the winter solstice, the longest night of the year. In Scandinavia, winter darkness is intense, as we've already talked about. So December 13th became symbolic turning point, a moment when people needed reassurance that the light would return. When it's dark like that, I could just imagine. I really, I almost can imagine how defeated you must feel sometimes, really. This day blends ancient Norse solstice traditions, Christian saint venerations, folk beliefs, and community rituals. It's a perfect example of winter holidays evolve by layering meaning over time. Who was St. Lucia? St. Lucia was a Christian martyr from Syracuse, Sicily, in the 3rd century CE. Her name comes from Latin lux, meaning light. Lucia in Italian, Lucia in Swedish. According to traditions, Lucia secretly brought food to be food to the persecuted Christians hiding in the catacombs. She wore a wreath of candles on her head to keep her hands free, and she was known for the courage, compassion, and bringing light into the darkness. Her story starts, or her story traveled from Italy to Scandinavia during the Middle Ages, where it merged with local winter traditions. That had to be a cold journey. The Scandinavian darkness and the need for light in Sweden and Norway. Winter darkness is not just poetic, it's physical and emotional. Again, imagine the sun sets at 2:30 and it doesn't rise until about 10 a.m. So you got that's what, about 4.5 hours of daylight every day. You have weeks without full daylight, and far north, for centuries, people have feared the long night. They lit fires, candles, and torches to push back the darkness. St. Lucia became a symbol of hope, warmth, courage, light returning, and promise for longer days. Her celebration is a reminder that light always returns, even when it feels far away. The Lucia procession. One of the most iconic parts of St. Lucia Day is the Lucia procession or Lucia Tog, Lucia Tog, which here's what it looks like: a girl dressed in a white gown, a red sash symbolizing martyrdom, a crown of candles on her head, traditionally real candles. Today, often a battery powered for safety, thank God. She represents Lucia bringing light into the darkness, while the attendants, maidens, wear white gowns holding candles. Star boys, wearing pointed hats and carrying stars. Gingerbread children, and a group called Tomtar, little gnome like figures. The procession moves slowly through schools, churches, nursing homes, town squares, hospitals, and workplaces, singing traditional Lucia songs. That's beautiful that they go to all those places. The Lucia song, the most famous song is Sancta Lucia. The melody is Italian, but the Swedish lyrics describe darkness covering the land, Lucia arriving with light, the promise of dawn, hope returning. In the opening line in Swedish, I'm meaning the night walks with heavy steps. It's haunting, beautiful, and deeply tied to the Scandinavian winter soul. Some of the foods are saffron buns shaped like curled cats or spirals that are bright yellow, symbolizing sunlight. Ginger cookies, thin, crisp, and spiced. Glögg, warm spiced wine or juice. And families gather early in the morning to enjoy these treats after the Lucia procession. The deeper meaning of St. Lucia Day is the light into darkness, hope in winter, courage during difficult times, generosity and service, community and togetherness, honoring women and girls as bearers of light. That goes back to what we learned about the way that Christians initially saw Jesus as the light and Mary the bringer of the light. So it's a celebration that blends Christian symbolism, Norse solstice traditions, folk customs, a modern Scandinavia identity, and it carries a message that resonates from far beyond Scandinavia. One person carrying a light can lead the way for everyone else. St. Lucia Day is a celebration of light, courage, and community, and remind us that in the darkest time of the year, we can choose to be bearers of light for ourselves, for our families, and for our communities. So again, we can be the path light provider. Okay, you you can carry a small light and cover it up and just see for yourself. You can let that light go and show it for everyone. We have two more in this segment, and then we're going to get on with the interview with Jeremy. This we're going to talk about Dong Dongzhi. I thought it was Dongzi, but it's Dongzhi, Dongji, an Eastern Asian winter solstice festival. Balance of warmth, family, and the turning of the yin to yang. This is one of the oldest winter celebrations on Earth, a festival that has been in observance for more than 2,000 years in China and across East Asia. The Dongji or Dongzhi in Mandarin, or it's Dongzhi in Mandarin or Dongji, uh, depending on the dialect. It means the arrival of winter and the extreme of winter. Dongji is a celebration of the winter solstice, the return of longer days, the balance of yin and yang, family reunion, warmth of the coldest season, and the belief that the darkest moment light begins to grow again. Let's explore the history and the symbolism of the foods. But before we do that, I just want to say this. It's really weird to me how in all of these solstice, when we look at it now, we're at like the very beginning of winter. We feel like we just got here. Um, it snowed once so far in Colorado. So I mean, it barely even feels like we're in winter yet. Yet we're in the winter solstice. So imagine, if you will, imagine how important this was for people, that they would use this to celebrate the warmth is coming. Because they needed it for their own survival. They needed it to overcome all those dark hours and the darkness. It's amazing to me. It's truly all. I almost see it as like optimism. This is such an optimistic celebration that is bringing people, you know, the joy to come. And hey, we got to be careful, but let's go at this. And so it really makes you think about the way that we do things and how lucky we are today. Dongji, the two words mean winter, dong, and ji means arrival, extreme, or peak. So winter arrival, winter extreme, or winter peak. So Dongji literally means the arrival of winter's peak. It marks the winter solstice and usually on December 21st or 22nd, when the northern hemisphere experiences the shortest day and the longest night of the year. In East Asian philosophy, this moment is not just astronomical, it's spiritual. It represents the deepest point of yin, darkness, cold, stillness. The first spark of yang, light, warmth, and movement. Dongji is the moment when the world begins to turn back towards the sun. Ancient origins. Dongji began during the Han Dynasty, 2006 BCE, though its roots may be even older. Ancient Chinese astronomers tracked the sun's movement using stone observations, shadow measurements, and solar calendars. The 24 solar terms. Dongji is one of these 24 solar terms and is one of the most important in ancient China. The solstice was a time to honor ancestors, celebrate the return of light, mark the turning of the agriculture year, strengthen family bonds, restore harmony and balance, and it was considered a moment when heaven and earth realigned, and people needed to realign themselves as well. Yin and Yang, the heart of Dongji. In Chinese philosophy, the universe is shaped by two complementary forces: yin, which is the darkness, cold, stillness, night, winter; yang, light, warmth, movement, day, summer. And at the winter solstice, yin reaches its maximum. But instead of despair, Dongji celebrates the moment when yang begins to grow again. That's kind of where I was going a little bit earlier. It's a reminder that darkness is temporary, light always returns, balance is restored. Not will be, is restored. Life moves in circles, renewal begins in the quietest moments. And this is a time that echoes across many winter holidays, but Dongji expresses it with a unique elegance. Dongji is celebrated with family reunions. The heart of the celebration, Dongji, is a family holiday. People gather to share warm food, honor ancestors, celebrate togetherness, beautiful, strengthen family bonds, beautiful, reflect on the past year, prepare the year to come. In many ways, Dongji is to the winter what Lunar New Year is to the spring. A moment of reconnection and renewal. The foods of Dongji. Each region has its own traditions. You've got Tengyun, and we learned about this during Lin's Day. Sweet, glutinous rice bowls, often filled with black sesame, peanut, red bean, or jujube sauce. I just like to say jujube. They are served in a warm, sweet broth, symbolism is Tangyang are round, symbolizing reunion, wholeness, harmony, and the circle of life. Eating Tangyang means the family will be together and complete. Dumplings in northern China. Families eat dumplings shaped like ancient gold ingots. I love dumplings. I don't know if these are the same kind of dumplings, but I love dumplings. Symbolism is wealth, prosperity, gold, or good fortune, warmth in winter. Legend says that a famous doctor, Jing Jing, created dumplings to help villagers survive the cold, making them symbol of protection. You have noodles, lamb soup, sticky rice cakes. Different regions celebrate with lamb hot pot, which is warming the body, rice cakes, growth and progress, and noodles, longevity. Each dish is chosen for warmth, nutrition, or nourishment, and symbolism. Rituals and traditions, ancient offerings for families honoring ancestors with food, incense, candles, and bowing rituals. This connects with the living of the past. Fortune and fate reset. Some traditions say that after Dongji, your fortune resets, your yang energy grows, your luck begins to rise. It's a spiritual new beginning. And winter blessings. Families exchange wishes like Dongji Kuailu, meaning happy Dongji, or Yi Yang Xing Chang, meaning may your yang energy grow. Dongji across East Asia. Um, in China, they have Tengyang in the south, dumplings in the north, ancestral rituals, and family gatherings. Taiwan, Tengyang dyed pink and white, community celebrations, and temple offerings. In Hong Kong, a public holiday, family feast, and visiting of the elders. In Korea, red bean porridge, believed to ward off evil spirits and a symbol of protection and warmth. Warmth. Toji is in Japan. I'll have to ask Free about this. Yuzu balls, hot baths with citrus fruits. Sure hope you don't have any cuts anywhere. Pumpkin dishes. If that dish is pie, I'm all in. Rituals for health and longevity. Dongji is truly a pan-East Asian celebration of warmth and renewal. The deeper meaning of Dongji. Balance, yin giving way to yang, yin giving way to yang. Family, reunion and harmony. Warmth, food, togetherness and comfort. Renewal, the return of light. Hope, even the longest night ends in cycles. Life moves in seasons. It teaches the darkest movement is at the turning point. Light grows quietly, slowly, but surely, and we grow with it. A story movement. We're gonna Okay. And so in reflection, Dongji is a celebration of balance, warmth, and renewal. It reminds us that even the coldest, darkest moment of the year, the world is already turning back towards the light. It teaches us to gather close and to nourish one another and to trust that brighter days are coming. So we have one more, and then we're going to get on to the interview with Jeremy. It's not really an interview, it's more just a hanging out with Jeremy. So, but we're going to travel to where my son lives, and yes, Free, this is in honor of you. I would have skipped this one, but I wanted to learn more about your country. Uh, as soon as I figure out how to say it, Omisoka. So we're exploring Omisuka, the Japanese celebration of New Year's Eve. But it is so much more than a countdown or party. It is a ritual cleansing, gratitude, and renewal. A moment when families prepare their homes, their hearts, and their spirits for the year ahead. If you've ever wished for a clean slate, a fresh start, or a moment to reset your life, Omisuka is the holiday that captures the feelings perfectly. So a little more about tradition. What Omisuka means? It's written with three characters. The characters mean great, the last day of the month, and day. O is great. Miso is a terrible soup. I'm sorry. Is the last day of the month, and Ka is day. Together they mean the great last day. Omisoka is celebrated on December 31st, the final day of the year in Japan. It's it is the second most important holiday in the Japanese culture, surpassed only by Shogunatsu New Year's Day. Omisoka is about finishing the old year well, clearing away burdens, preparing new blessings, and entering the new year with harmony. It's a moment of transition, a spiritual doorway. The cultural philosophy behind Omosuka is shaped by Shinto beliefs, purification, harmony with nature, respect for ancestors, welcoming good fortune. Buddhist traditions, reflection, letting go of attachments, mindfulness, and renewal. Japanese culture values, cleanliness, order, gratitude, community, and family unity. Omisuka is a perfect blend of all these influences. The great year end cleaning. One of the most important Omisuka traditions is Osiji, meaning the big cleaning. Families clean their homes, their workplaces, their schools, their shrines, and even their cars. I'm just sitting here thinking we've got a pretty big dinner today. Anybody want to come and OCG our house for me, please? This is not just tidying, it's a symbolic purification. Wow. Sweeping away the old year, removing bad luck, cleaning stagnant energy, making space for good fortune, starting fresh. It's a physical expression of the spiritual reset. The more and more I'm reading this, the more and more I'm liking this one. Paying debts and finishing unfinished business. Another key part to Omisuka is tying up loose ends. People try to, again, pay off debts, resolve conflicts, return borrowed items, finish lingering tasks, and close out obligations. The belief is simple: how you end the year is how you begin the next. So Omisuka encourages people to step into the new year unburdened, preparing the home for the new year. Families decorate their homes with traditional items. Korumatsu, pine and bamboo arrangements placed at the entrance symbolize longevity, strength, and welcoming ancestral spirits. Excuse me. Shiminawa, sacred rope made of rice straw, marks the home as purified and protected. Kagami Muchi, two stacked rice cakes topped with citrus fruits. Interesting. Symbolize renewal, continuity, and prosperity. These decorations invite good fortune and honor the spirits of the new year. The last meal of the year, Toshikushi Soba. On Amisuka night, families eat Toshikoshi Shuba, meaning year crossing noodles. Soba noodles are long, symbolizing a long life, easy to cut, symbolizing letting go of hardship, and simple, symbolizing humanity or humility and gratitude. Eating soba is a wish for longevity, good health, a clean break from the past, smooth transition into the new year, and is one of the most beloved Omisuka traditions. Joya no Kai ni, the 108 bells. At a Buddhist temple across at Buddhist temples across Japan, a powerful ritual takes place at midnight. Joya no Kane, the ringing of the temple bell 108 times. Why 108? In Buddhism, humans are believed to have 108 earthly desires, attachments causing suffering. So each strike of the bell releases one desire, purifies the heart, clears the mind, and welcomes the new year with clarity. The sound is deep, resonant, and calming, a spiritual cleansing that echoes across the night. Hatsumode, the first shrine visit. After midnight, many families visit a Shinto shrine for Hatsumode, the first prayer of the new year. They ring the shrine bell, offer coins, clap to call the kami or a spirit, pray for health, safety, and good fortune. Draw omikuji, fortune slips, purchase protective charms. So, in this visit marks the official beginning of the New Year's blessings. Omisoka in modern Japan. Today, Omisoka blends tradition with modern life. Families may watch the famous Koshinko Udo-ga-san red and white song battle on TV, share a hot pot meal, count down to midnight, visit shrines, call relatives. Hear that, freak? And reflect quietly at home. Hear that, freak? But the heart of the holiday remains the same. In the year with gratitude, begin with the next intention. The deeper meaning of Omisuka is cleansing physically and spiritually, completion, finishing what needs to be finished, gratitude, renewal. Gratitude is honoring the year that has passed. Renewal is stepping into the future with clarity. Harmony, aligning with family, community, and nature. Hope, trusting that the new year brings new possibilities. And it teaches you don't have to carry everything into the next year. You can let go. You can begin again. This honestly is something that I think we should try. This to me sounds like one of the things that as Americans we carry a lot with us into a new year. And this really sounds like it could be something that would be wonderful for us. Omisuka is a celebration of renewal, a reminder that we can cleanse, reset, and begin again. It teaches us that endings matter just as much as beginnings, that stepping into the future with intention is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves. So, thank you all for joining me on this. I greatly appreciate all of your time. We've got uh, two more lessons to come in the very last segment of the show, which is coming up after this great time we had with Jeremy last night. And then there's a segment that Jeremy likes to play on Things Network every holiday season. we're going to adopt it, and play it our show on the miracle of the season. So, folks, thank you for joining us again. I cannot tell you how important it is to me that we figure out how to work with each other and make sure that we are taking care of each other. So please enjoy this segment with my beautiful wife, Adrienne, and our really good friend, Jeremy York, founder of Things Network.
Him making those strange noises.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, how's it going? We are we've got our own little family put together here, and I like this. We don't ever get to sit down, Jeremy, and do a lot of talking. You've got your stuff going with Things Network. You and Adrian have a wonderful show with Nick on Thursday nights, and I do my stuff on different nights of the week. But I'm proud to introduce everybody to our brother, our friend. Just a great guy, somebody that uh, we've just love to be working with, and a huge supporter of Community Pay It Forward, Mr. Jeremy York. And then, of course, you're getting to see my beautiful wife, Adrienne. So welcome, both of you.
Yeah, I'm behind the scenes on this one.
And like Santa Claus, I come and visit you guys once a year.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a little bit warmer when you come and visit us. Not a whole hell of a lot.
Not always. It was snowing the first year.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. When is that trip?
April.
March.
March, okay.
Oh yeah, well March
this time.
definitely can be ugly here.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it because I absolutely hate driving through Wyoming during the springtime.
It varies though on his months when they do that.
Yeah. So, Jeremy, I know that a lot of people who do know you, and the last time that we were together, people know that you had one hell of an accident. How are you feeling? How is your health going? How's everything going there?
For the most part, I'm doing good. Just more frustration now because 2 weeks ago I was supposed to have surgery, and my doctor decided in November that he was no longer going to be accepting insurance of any kind. So that private insurance, workman's comp, which is what I was going through, Medicare, he wasn't going to be accepting any of that anymore at the start of the year. So that was going to push my surgery back, and that was really um, frustrating. Would probably be the correct word, but it's more than that, because it was a 3-stage surgery. I was going to have one in December, one in January, and one in February so that I could be ready and healed in March for my little road trip. So
Well,
the first appointment that I have with the new doctor isn't until January 19th.
I I think that is one of the worst things when it comes to the healing and everything, is that once a doctor leaves, it screws up your healing schedule so bad. I
Yeah.
know when I switched neurologists, I didn't get to see my new neurologist for what? It was 6 months.
Well, it was at least 2.5 months past your schedule of getting your injections.
Yeah, so I had to go like 5.5 months between my injections, and that was just, oh my god, that was hell. And then it takes for a while to build up that body reserve again and get to feeling better. So,
Yeah, I
but
remember you telling me about that over the course when that happened. So,
yeah,
and now I get to go through the fun that you were having.
oh yeah. Well, I know that you're looking really good. I mean, you've come a long way, and you just piss me off. You've always been better looking than I am, you know. And I know this because my wife walks around with a shirt with your face on it.
Oh, hello.
So,
He does.
there's nothing like walking through a store with my wife and your face. People kind of look a little funny at me with that.
I can just about imagine. And trust me, I have tried to discourage her from that. I tried.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
she doesn't get discouraged about anything like that, though. Truthfully,
She don't listen.
no.
No, we're still planning on doing the. There's going to be underwear with his face on it.
No,
There's
we're not.
going to be tights, all kinds of things.
No, we're not.
Oh, but we are. Just because you say we're not, I promise you we are.
Hey, Jeremy, I hate to tell you this. You didn't think they were going to do shirts with your face on it. So,
Hey, you know what? It's all my fault because I'm the one who said it the first time. Yeah, I said it as a joke, and next thing I know, it just blew up.
well, yeah, that's
That's usually how it happens.
open mouth, insert entire leg. So,
That's basically what it was.
yeah. Hey, Jeremy, you and Things Network, you run a very, very open channel, and you've got a lot of people who celebrate a lot of different things. You've got hosts from all over the world dealing with paranormal. There's a lot of talk with people who are in covens and in winter solstice and some of the other celebrations. What is it like to try to keep that schedule to where it makes a little bit of sense?
It,
The answer that we don't. They do their own thing.
it at the start it was kind of hectic, and as it always is whenever something brand new pops up. But it's not really gotten to the point where 95% of the time the network runs itself. I hardly ever have to do anything unless something comes up and I have to step in. But that rarely happens anymore.
Yeah, I know that. I know that when you first got started, there was a few times that boundaries were pushed and you had to find your way. But I know things run pretty damn smooth now
Just
for you.
pushed. They were more than just pushed.
I was trying to be, in the holiday spirit. So,
It,
trying to.
yeah, they were more than just pushed. And well, in the words of um, Tim Anderson in Storm of the Century, pushers get shoved.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they did. Shove them right out that door.
Okay, so here's the main question that I want to focus on during this little episode. Jeremy, Die Hard, Christmas movie, yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely the hell not. You want Christmas movie? You do Miracle on 34th Street. That's a Christmas movie.
I don't think that's going to mix well with Die Hard, though.
Exactly my point.
But here's the thing, Die Hard. It's on Christmas Eve. It's in the middle of a Christmas party.
Well, I can't help that they're idiots.
Well,
Wait a minute. You're saying that celebrating Christmas makes you an idiot?
I'm saying sitting on a damn toilet with a bomb does.
Well, that's not not that movie.
That's right, it's not, huh?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, running around killing people. So,
I don't know. You ever been shopping on Black Friday?
once. And
So
you see, it doesn't happen anymore.
yeah, well, that's
I have actually been on both sides of Black Friday. I have been the customer and I have also been the retail worker.
Yeah, yeah.
Neither side is fun. That's why I don't go out on Black Friday anymore.
No, there's no point when you can get it online now on Cyber Monday.
True.
I actually went out this year on Black Friday, but I went late enough in the afternoon to where I wasn't getting accosted. It wasn't a terrible experience, you know. Spent a hell of a lot more money than we wanted to.
Well, back when I did it, I mean, Cyber Monday was a thing, but nobody really knew much about it. So, people were still camping out if you wanted something, you were camping out at the storefront, in a tent,
Yeah.
whatever it was, in a line. You don't see that anymore.
Last
But
time I went Black Friday shopping, oh man, it's got to be 15 years ago. My dad and I had gone out. We were looking for a TV for him because he had one of those widescreen tube TV,
uh-huh.
and he wanted to upgrade to a flat screen. Well, as always, every year they put TVs on sale on Black Friday. So we went to Walmart. They were only selling three of them.
Oh,
They weren't in the store yet. This was probably 9 o'clock in the morning when we got there, and there was already a line of three people who had been waiting at that counter since midnight.
mm-mm.
That's
This is ridiculous.
yeah.
Not worth that for me. The
No.
one time I went, it was Walmart, and this was 10 years ago. And we didn't think we were going, and I had been drinking.
Uh-oh.
And so we went, and it's a good thing I was drinking because I'm looking at people going, there was women fighting over a mirror, ugly, plain mirror. I'm like, no way.
Okay, that's one of the more extreme things I've heard. A mirror?
A mirror. And I don't know maybe it was the last one. I don't know. I wasn't getting involved. I turned around and left.
There have been stories of people shooting each other in these stores on Black Friday.
Anymore, the shootings are getting bad enough where I believe that because today something came across maybe it was last night, came across my phone. I have it's like an alert for our town, and
Yeah.
it's hooked to our police department. And it said that there was a break-in here in town. People were home, and home invasion happened. Broad daylight.
Wow.
People are shooting each other over road rage constant every day. Every day I see that here. It's somebody was walking with their wife. Now, what they were into behind the scenes, I don't know. I don't claim to know them. But the man got shot. Broad daylight. Walking down the street with his wife.
We just had a shooting in Fort Wayne a couple days ago. Guy was shot 4 a.m. and people were wondering, well, what is he doing out and about at 4 a.m.? He's just causing trouble. And the first thing is like, I'm up at 4 a.m. back when I was working because I got to get on the road at 4:30 to go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People work that early.
Oh yeah. I used to. I back before the accident, I used to get stopped all the time because I would be wearing my jacket with my patches and everything on it, and I would get stopped by the cops at like 3, 4 in the morning on my way to work. The funniest one was when they stopped me and I was there making my truck payment at the night drop box, and the cop pulled up behind me, and I knew it was a patch check. Okay, I knew that's exactly what it was. But the excuse this officer used was, "Well, I'm sorry, but we've had a lot of car thefts." And I looked at this cop, and I looked at my saddlebags, and I looked at the cop again, and I looked back at the saddlebags, and I looked at him, and I go, "Sir, I don't think I could fit a car in my bags." So, it was like, you really need to think about what you're saying more. But
Well, they have to check. They don't know.
oh, I know, but I mean, it was, yeah. I used to get stopped all the time for patch checks.
Oh,
So
funny story. I saw this online. I saw the video. Remember me talking a while back, Jeremy, about the turkeys that run around this town?
Yeah.
Well, they have a video of a cop taking a stick and beating the turkey with it, trying to get him away from him. Then he maced the turkey. Maced it.
Wow.
This thing was not attacking him. It was with his mate, just sitting in an empty parking lot. You think that cop didn't get some shit?
I bet he did.
Problem is, turkeys, fowl of any kind, are not affected by mace. They have none of that sensory. But still, what if it hurt his eyes or burned him? Burned the retinas out? No. And everybody named that cop and said he's just a jerk. Well, of course, some stood up for him, but everybody tagged Greeley Police Department saying, "Hey, get your cop."
yeah, unfortunately, one of those 3 turkeys got hit.
There's more than 3.
Oh,
There's I don't know what they call them. I know crows are murders, but I don't know what they call them. There's groups all over. And one lady chimed in and said, "I have fed these guys for 4 years that I've been here. They don't hurt anybody. They don't attack anybody. Yes, I understand turkeys can be mean, but these guys are not." And this guy was just, I mean, you could tell he had anger issues, and they give him a weapon?
It's a rafter of turkeys.
Okay.
Now, I actually got stopped one morning going into work myself, and the guy come up and looked at me. He's like, "Where are you headed?" And I was like 2 houses away from work, and I pointed, "I'm going there. My shift starts in 20 minutes." Oh, so then you probably didn't just shoot somebody, did you?
Yeah, probably not.
No. He's like, "Okay, well, there was a shooting about half hour ago, and the description of the car matched yours." And, no, half hour ago.
Oh, please. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but that was weird. It's like you probably didn't just shoot somebody.
Probably not.
Yeah, I remember when my brother and I, back when we were in Garden City, we were sitting outside, and my brother had acquired this little BB gun, and he also had a, this is back when. What's that?
Shoot your eye out.
Yeah, there you go. But he got a lowered truck. It was this Mitsubishi lowered pickup, right? And there was a guy that was in the neighborhood who, I guess, a domestic violence thing had happened, and it was so. That's not funny, but I mean, there were cops that were in the alley, and they stopped to come and see my brother and myself, and I was underage and I was drinking, so of course, they were going to give us a little bit of hell anyway. But then they were talking about, if we had seen this guy, and that they were flashing their lights all around and looking all around, and it got to a point of it was a little bit of an annoyance. And the cop was looking around, and of course, me being a smartass, I asked him, "Well, did you look under the truck?" And the cop actually went to go and flash the light and he looked at me and he goes, "Are you going to be this way all the time?" And I'm like, probably, I mean, just being a smartass.
No, you being a
Yeah.
what you were going to say to start with is exactly it. They're trying to find somebody who hurt someone.
But then the cop asked us, if we had any weapons or anything, and I wasn't thinking it. And before we even had a chance to answer, the guy finds this BB gun. The cop pulls out this BB gun and he goes, "What's this, homie? What's this?" I'm sorry, me and my brother were lily white. All right, she knows my brother very well. They
Which
hated
one?
each other.
Oh, okay.
They hated each other in school. And so we just kind of look at each other and go, "Homie? Homie?" It was, and we were like, "Well, it's a BB gun." So that was a fun night.
Y'all are dumb.
Well, we're not the smartest. I was not the smartest.
We are when we're younger.
Yeah.
Not as I would have never back talked a cop that way. I don't care what he said, what he called me. At underage, I would have said, okay, or at least understood that they were after someone who had hurt somebody.
Yeah, but when you're drunk,
Exactly, that's the problem.
Well, it's not just we were drunk, but some of the things that they were saying just were, is antagonistic. And they were just kind of, it's like somebody, "I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you." That's the way it felt, that they were just trying to get me to say something. And it was like, okay, you're just being ridiculous about all this. And so, yeah,
No.
it was pretty annoying, but
No.
yeah, those were kind of fun times.
those
So,
were the days.
yeah. So, Jeremy, what do you celebrate when it comes to this season?
Hardly any more is just basically decorating the house. I decorate the house. I have a Christmas movie marathon. As a matter of fact, I've got one on right now. Um, Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey. This is actually the very last one for the year. I was going to wait and have it on Thursday, and I thought, let's just get this over with.
Yeah.
I've
I
already,
didn't know Jim Carrey did a Christmas Carol.
huh?
I didn't know Jim Carrey did a Christmas Carol.
Yeah, this is the animated version.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And this one is almost word for word with the book. I've actually followed the book with this movie, and it is all, almost it is the most faithful adaptation I've seen.
I always loved Scrooged. I love Scrooged. I'll still. That's the one Christmas movie I will stop and watch every time I see it on.
That one's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was always one of my favorite movies growing up, was
You
Scrooge.
are a Scrooge.
So,
I
well,
have
you're
been getting into a lot of like the Hallmark
Mm-hmm.
movies lately.
Those are the good ones.
A personal favorite is A Cozy Christmas Inn, and it's got Jodie Sweetin in it from Full House.
I haven't seen that one.
It's really really good. Um, then there's another one. It's called 8-Bit Christmas with Neil Patrick Harris.
I hadn't heard of that one either.
That one came out, I want to say about 3 years ago.
Oh, that's probably why.
Yeah, and basically it's him in today's time, and he's telling his daughter how it was when he was her age. So most of the movie is set in the 80s, and it's all about his adventure of trying to score the original Nintendo.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah. So that one's a lot of fun to watch. Also, Santa's Little Helper. The Miz from WWE is in it. That's
Oh, okay.
that's a really really good one. Serendipity with John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale.
Ah,
Yeah, that's some people may not consider that one a Christmas movie, but the beginning and the end happens. Well, no, it happens in the Christmas season. Um, but Kate Beckinsale, to me, in that movie, is about as perfect as a female can get. She is just absolutely perfect.
uh, Kate Beckinsale is she's got talent. Let's just put it that way. She is very talented.
Yes,
Um,
she is.
very extremely talented. So, uh, you know, but anyway, um, so uh, but what what is your like one of the things that I've done throughout all this is there were a lot of misconceptions or um, things that I've studied when it comes to like Saturnalia and all of this that that had to do with the Germanic things being moved into Christmas and how we've taken from other celebrations and enveloped them into Christmas. What is some of your favorite parts of Christmas of the decorating?
Well, I have always liked decorations. When I was a kid, we were living in Florida. Dad would decorate the house. Well, he would decorate the outside of the house. Mom decorated the inside. Uh,
Right,
he had a Christmas village that I still use. That is on top of my piano in the living room. That I put out every year. Um, Dad actually created designs, and one year we actually made it into the Port St. Lucie newspaper.
Oh wow.
One of
really.
the stops. Yeah, they at that time they actually had a list of addresses for people to drive by when they go around looking at decorations. We made it in the paper. We were actually interviewed. Um, Unfortunately, we don't have that article saved anymore. I don't know whatever happened to it. But one of his more ingenious ideas that he did is at the front of the house we had two palm trees side by side that came up and then they split. So he put a board in between them and put a star on that board and ran string lights down
Oh wow.
almost like a tent. That was probably my favorite that he had. And we had two driveways because we lived on a corner. So we had a driveway at the front of the house and a driveway at the side of the house. And at the front of the house, he would have the big plastic mold nativity scene. Um, those got ruined in a flood 20 years ago because we would set that out every year. We had a whole bunch of things. Um, and we had a good sized property where we lived because of the corner lot. And he would start decorating day after Thanksgiving, and he would put seemingly like one extra thing out every single day up until Christmas Eve.
Oh.
Yeah. Me, I decorate all through November so that I can turn all the lights on Thanksgiving Day. So that's where my tradition differs from him.
Yeah, we're not that dedicated. We basically pick a weekend prior to Thanksgiving, and this year it actually took two weekends
Three. Three.
because I mean, and that's one of the funny things that yes, we used to decorate a little bit before Adrienne and I got together. We would always decorate this house a little bit. My mom was doing her village, and she had decided that she was done with it. She wasn't going to do it no more.
No, no. She asked me if I'd take it over
Oh,
the first year. She said, I can't put it up. If you'll put it up, we'll do it. And
well,
I
no,
did.
but that's what I was saying. She wasn't going to do it anymore until you came in.
Is there a place that village goes to that she can't get to?
No, it's just so big. It has over 70 pieces.
Oh,
And that's not counting the little people. This is just houses and buildings, and it there's no room for it inside. So we did a little one inside, a little piece of it inside, put some outside, and the rest is still in boxes because there's just nowhere in this 3-story house to put it.
Yeah, that is a little funny, but I mean, like
well, my
we
my village only has 5 buildings. Well, actually, I take that back. I've got 2 villages. One is an 8 piece, just like that thin. I've got those lining my bay window in the dining room.
Yeah, those are manageable. This is not.
The villages, the buildings that I have for the real Christmas village, those are the ones that's got the little candlelight thing that lights up inside. Uh,
Mhm.
that's what I've got. Plus, I got a bunch of little things like a little bridge, a bunch of little people, a couple
Yep.
trees. I
Yep.
got more of those than I do the buildings.
I counted over 300 trees.
Oh,
And no, the answer is no.
wow.
hmm,
Some of these buildings were broken because they were in storage. So they had gotten moved and tossed. And so that's not going to happen this year. Anything that was broken was either back together or thrown away. And everything that is not is going to stay at the house. It's not getting moved anymore.
and it's really funny. I think that when as we start to get older, we see some of these old ornaments and stuff, and we see them getting a little bit ratty, but it's hard to get rid of them because they've been around for so long.
And that's when you talk about mom wanting to get rid of, or telling her to get rid of stuff that's broken, but she still don't want to get rid of it because it's been around for so long, even though it's broken.
Yeah, but if it doesn't interest me, I mean, wow, that was a look.
There's a lot of things that don't interest me. Let's talk about that.
I swear, man. Yeah. I don't have a grave yet, but it just got walked on. That's for damn sure. So, wow.
Oh no, but you do. You just don't know it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we're actually trying to. We picked up a new piece of the village ever since we've moved in here and taken over. That's one of the things that we're trying to do is we're trying to replace some of the older things with something newer, and I really want to make that keep the integrity of it, but really make it hers because she enjoys it so much. So we're really trying to make sure that we're doing that. But you know, and we went all out on decorating this year. I mean, we truly did.
I
And
saw pictures.
so
Well, and the whole thing is you want to act like Scrooge, but this is the same person that says, well, for anybody who doesn't know, this house was his grandma's to start with. So it's like when we find something, it's like, oh, wait, no, this used to sit here. That's where it needs to sit again. Or, ribbon candy used to be here at Christmas time. So he goes and buys it. The only one that's going to eat it is him. And he knows
Oh,
that.
that reminds me. I do get get a bunch of candy for Christmas.
Yeah.
I especially like getting the ones that are in those little plastic candy canes at Walmart that you get for
Oh
$1 or
yeah.
$2. I get those. And I also every year I make sure I get one Christmas decoration, either
Yeah.
inside the house or outside. I always get one decoration, and the same thing for Halloween. I get
Yep.
one thing every year,
Yep.
and it
And
just
that built it.
yeah. And
So
after so many years, that really adds up.
it does quickly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about one tradition that we all had growing up. I know yours. Talk about it.
The one that we had, I got a little special Christmas tree, like a little 2 foot tree, and that was the one where the important gift went under. That was my last gift of the year. So one year I ended up with a Richard Marx CD. One year I ended up with a Killer Clowns from Outer Space DVD. I'm not kidding. Those are the two that I remember more than anything else. But every year there was always one thing under that tree, and that was my last gift.
What about talk about your Christmas breakfast? That's the one
The,
I was thinking of.
the casserole, that's something mom would make. It's like
Yeah.
cheese, potatoes, green peppers, red peppers. She would make that every year for Christmas. She would make that for birthdays. We had it like 5 times a year. So every
Yeah.
time we had it, it was something special. Um, and I have not had it since she passed. I never knew her recipe. She never had a recipe written down, so I don't know what all she put in it. Neither does Dad. He doesn't cook. So
Yeah, this year we're doing this year we're celebrating on Christmas Eve because my son is working on Christmas Day. So, this year we're celebrating. But usually I like to try to do some type of a breakfast on Christmas Day just because time allows. So, but this year everything is going to happen a little bit later, and so it so we're not going to worry about that. We both we both work on Christmas Eve morning, so we can't you know so everything's going to happen just a little bit later on. But yeah, I do a similar casserole like that I usually try to do. I do green chili, eggs, sausage, ham, bacon, cheese, put it all together, and you know
that
eat something fattening before we eat all the fattening food.
yep. I do make enchiladas for Christmas every year. I make enchiladas for Christmas,
Your
uh,
birthday?
our birthdays, Thanksgiving. That's our Thanksgiving meal, enchiladas.
Yeah.
We've kind of gone away from the turkey and the dressing. Neither one of us have the time or the patience to cook a turkey.
You
With
know,
enchiladas, I can make that in the actual making of it takes me maybe 25 minutes. And then I stick it in the oven for 35 minutes. And then I let it set for 10 minutes and it's good to go.
Yeah. That's what we had last night.
yeah, yeah, sure is. So yeah, what was yours?
Uh, I've gone so far away from mine. Um, Mom used to read out of the Bible a Christmas story and then an actual fun Christmas Story, like the night before Christmas or something like that. But I remember in our stockings, we always got the foot was stuffed with an apple and an orange.
Yeah.
And then we got whatever in there, usually a toothbrush.
Yep.
And, things we could use, lotion, chapstick, things like that. And then there was something always cute and fun, but I never.
We always had
Not
candy
fun.
apples.
I never got that. My parents had money. Why did I get some crap?
Candy, and I still have all of our stockings. My baby stocking from the year I was born. I've got mom and dad's stocking. I've got like 15 stockings hung up.
Yep.
About that.
I think we counted. There was 32, but no, there's 22. But some of them that weren't here and that aren't coming, I'm not hanging. Our grandkids' stockings aren't even here. We don't have them because they're not here.
So I've got 5 on my fireplace. I've got 4 on like this little island thing that separates the laundry room from the entertainment room that used to be the garage. There's like an island, so I got 4 there. I've got 4 above the piano. Those 4 are like Thomas Kincaid stockings. So they got the beautiful painting things that he's did. So
Mhm.
that would be 13. Oh no, I got more than 15. I've got 2 hanging up by the front door. Those are the Christmas Story leg lamp stockings. I have 1 hanging off of the entertainment center. So that's, let's see, 9, 13, 15. So that's 16. I have a 17th one hanging off of one of my DVD cases. I think that's it.
Yeah, and that's
17 of them.
we ran out of stairway and wall.
Yeah.
I mean, the people that are going to be here are the ones that get the stocking. That's it. No, I'm done. No.
And it's ridiculous. You think that we would have wall space forever
Stop.
in this giant house, but and we just really decorate that one little entryway. In which there's a lot of room to decorate there, but there's also a lot of other stuff that is in that little room, and it I mean,
And you have a wife that likes to redecorate and redo things and feel like she's in a new house every 6 months.
yeah, that is true.
What about that dining room?
Oh, and on top of that, I got a mother who does the same thing while the wife's doing it. So it's really interesting.
What about that dining room? Does anybody ever use it?
No, we tried. And the bad part about it is mom now, there's not a lot she can do. Her hands are going bad where she can't hardly use her thumbs anymore. And so she uses a computer. And so she needs to get at the table to do that. So it's filled with papers and documents and computers constantly. And we removed that. And I had a discussion with mom, said, look, I'm going to decorate and you're going to leave it alone. Because if it gets moved, we're not decorating again next year. So it has not gotten moved. Nothing has gotten moved.
Oh, speaking of decorating, how'd you like that picture I sent you?
I love that. Y'all have to stop. Give me my shoe.
Yeah, your shoe is gone.
So, in context, a month or so ago, Adrienne was telling me that if I still have my beard at Christmas time, I need to color it white
Mhm.
and do a picture. Told her I wasn't coloring it. No. So Sunday was it? I think it was Sunday.
Yeah.
I see on TikTok Scott Smith posts something on it, and it's this little app where it turns you into Santa Claus.
Oh, is that what your profile picture is
Uh-huh.
now?
That's what it is. Yeah. Here's
Yeah. Yep, there it is.
yeah. So he did that, and I thought, I think I can do this. So I did it, and I swear I combed my hair and everything. It still looked like shit. I combed my hair right before it happened. It looked like just woke up out of bed. Um, but that's the thing. My hair is at that length now where it's very hard to manage.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep, that shit stage is what I've always called it. It
uh,
gets to that one point where it just you've got it's got two looks, like bouffant and just disaster.
well,
So
right now it looks good, but I haven't even gotten to the part that I don't like, and that's where when my hair gets a certain length, it starts curling,
yep.
and it always falls into my nose. That's the part I don't like. Yeah,
Yep.
I constantly do this, but it still ends up in my nose, and
Oh
that's
yeah.
probably going to happen probably in 6 months. So 6 months, I'm going to be very irritated a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can put it in my mouth, yeah.
Not
So
your
Not,
mouth,
I'm not
your
quite
nose.
to that
oh
point yet. I still got about that much more to go before we can get to my mouth. So, yeah, it's getting there. So yeah,
mine's actually gotten pretty damn long, so you know. Um
so I
it's
did that. I took the screenshot. And I was like, okay, send it to Adrienne. Hey, you asked for this, so I can just imagine what was going through her mind when she's looking at the phone and sees a message from me. You asked for this, not realizing there was a picture in there.
Yeah, because it's hard telling what the hell I asked for.
Yeah,
That
uh,
is
And
true.
it could have been years ago.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then I posted it as my profile. I was like, I actually like this picture.
Yeah.
Usually, I don't like pictures of me, but this one I actually like it.
Yeah, I am not a fan of pictures of me, you know.
You're not a fan of pictures of anybody but your kids.
Well, grandkids.
Yeah, well, whatever.
So, I,
Before this, I was more than happy with the picture of my Christmas tree as my profile picture because I like to do something Christmassy or Thanksgiving, Halloween. So I thought, okay, Christmas picture of my Christmas tree profile. I'm good for the season. Then I found that app and I thought, I really can't let this go. I got to do this one. And I never do filters or apps or anything like that for pitch. I never do that. But this one, yeah, I think it's safe to make the exception.
I actually took a picture the other day and I
Oh,
did a filter on it and
AI is what he did on it.
and I'm going to tell you something. It not only made me look fatter than I actually am, it made me look older than I actually am. I
Okay.
mean, I was like, I'm looking to do a professional style headshot, something like that. And it put out this picture, and I'm like, who in the hell is that?
No, it looked
There's,
like an
there's
amateur.
actually a thing in there where it can make you look like your teenage self.
Well,
They
I wouldn't want that
it's
either.
a side by side video thing where it does that. I
Yeah.
have not been tempted to try it. I don't get tempted to try any of this stuff, but when the Santa Claus thing came up, you know what? I think I can do this and slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
I know Adrienne said that she doesn't want any of that AI stuff, but you know what? This is what you get.
yeah, I like AI.
I know.
I think it's very handy.
You never know what's real and what's not.
No.
Right. Yeah.
So I know she's got a picture of me when I was 18 out in the front room, our front room. So I definitely don't want to see what I was looking like when I was a teenager.
You
I
were
don't.
adorable.
I was a schmuck.
You may have been an asshole, and that has nothing to do with how you looked.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. You weren't an asshole to me. That's all I cared about.
well, and that's all that matters.
That's right.
So
Had you been an asshole, I wouldn't be here. I'd have never looked you up except to say, hey, guess what? I'm doing good and you're a jerk.
yeah. So, um, Jeremy, you're working on a project, and that's something similar to what we're doing here. Tell people about that.
My project?
Yeah, yeah.
Which one?
The the one that we were talking about that you look at other traditions and
Oh, you mean the Christmas special?
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Well, it's not it's not a current project. It's the Christmas special that we did 5 years ago. That I air every year on Christmas. So in the first year of the 13th Dimension, when it was me, Scott, Tim, and Crystal, we decided we wanted to do something special for Christmas. So instead of doing a live like we always did, we did some research on some of the mythologies of Christmas, um, other cultures and things like that. And we all got together at Tim and Crystal's house, and we did the video where the four of us sat down. Scott and Crystal sat in the front, and me and Tim in the back because we're the tallest of the four. Um, and all four of us took turns talking about this and that. Like we talked about Saint Nicholas Lyra, I think is Saint Nicholas of Lyra. We talked about Krampus. We talked about that Fro Ponchita, like Mother Krampus, the witch. We talked about the Yuletide cat. Um, we talked about a whole bunch of different legends that centers around Christmas, the good and the bad.
yeah,
And we also talked about our favorite Christmas movies, our favorite Christmas songs, some of our traditions. Um, and also we talked about what our favorite gift was, um, and things like that. And every year, except for the year that I was hurt, because I was in the hospital that next year. But every Christmas since then, on Christmas Day, I air. Well, well, actually, I do it on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I air that special every year.
yeah. Well, maybe what we ought to do, Jeremy, is we ought to talk about mixing it into what we're doing here with this marathon thing.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, we could get that done and just that way it would play through here. You mentioned what was your favorite gift? What was your least favorite gift of all time?
Close.
Yeah, clothes.
Close.
Yeah, yeah. I was actually pretty lucky there because I was the oldest boy, so I got the new clothes, and my brothers, the clothes they got it was the stuff that I had already wore. So
Yeah,
you know. So, what was your least favorite gift?
I can't remember a least favorite gift.
Really?
No. I the only gift I really remember was a bike, and along with that bike, later I told, I don't know, somebody, Dad probably, that we need to hire the seat, and I was very quickly corrected that that is not the grammar you use, and that's what I remember. That that you don't hire the seat, you raise the seat, and from there on out, that was ruined.
I actually got a bicycle in the Christmas of '88. I remember that Christmas very well, probably more than any other Christmas that year. Um, Thanksgiving of that year, Mom had bought Dad a camcorder, brand new, state of the art, and oh boy, he loved that. He drove her nuts with it.
I think my bike was 87.
And
Oh
he
God, I can't.
before
I couldn't tell you when I got a bike. I couldn't even tell you the year. I know that the one thing with our bikes is Charlie and I, we both got bikes one year, and I swear to God, before dinner was ready, we had those bikes taken apart and new pieces put on, and
Where'd
you
you get
know,
new pieces?
well, from our old bikes, like the riding pegs were still fairly new, so we had to take the riding pegs off our old beat up bikes and put them on the new ones, and the handle
talking
grips
about
and
the
stuff
things
like
that
that.
go up and down the spokes and make the noise as you ride it.
The cards people used to put in there.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't have cards. These were like little things. They were about the size of a combo, and you just snap them into the spokes, and they just freely go up and down as you ride it. I had one on every one of them.
Huh.
Yeah.
yeah. I we had the mag wheels, the ones that look like a star. So the plastic mag wheels. Um, and because that was the style. So we're probably talking, you know, yeah, 80s.
Oh yeah. Everything we did was
So,
in the 80s.
but yeah, see, for me, a lot of my gifts for Christmas were always garbage because my birthday is Christmas Eve, and so I'd always have people bring me the GI Joe for my birthday, and the truck that was in the same package for Christmas. People always tried to do that to me. Like, well, consider this a combination birthday Christmas gift. And it's like, well, that sucks. Like, wait a minute. How come everybody else gets it just as a Christmas gift?
Now you married me and you only get one.
Well, and that's fine. Now as an adult, I could care. I could not care less. I almost did it.
Mm-hmm.
I could not care less about, my birthday is another day. I don't care if people even remember it.
Yeah, me either.
It doesn't matter. Let's just get through and get the family here and do the family thing. That's all I want anymore is just to be with family now. None of the gifts really matter. None of that stuff. It's sitting down with the family. This year we have a special. This year's going to be extra special because our son just got engaged. So,
Oh.
um,
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna share this and show you. Um, this,
oh, okay.
Spooky.
it's very much like this that I had, but I only had one on each of these spokes. Where you see, there's like two or three of them, but I only
Huh.
had one
I,
on each spoke of my bicycle.
I never did see those.
Yeah, no, I'd never seen those either.
Yeah.
So,
We
but
put playing cards in there and let the spokes hit them.
yeah, and we
I
just,
didn't, but
like I said, we would always take and paint them black or do something like that. If we had the wire rims, we just wanted the mag wheels. That was it. That was the big thing there. I just wanted the mag wheels and learn how to do the tricks and stuff. And I never learned how to do any tricks.
no, I
So
wanted a 10-speed. And that year I had a Huffy before that. Purple Huffy. And I guess I outgrew it. I don't know. But I got a mountain bike. It was not a 10-speed. It was a mountain bike. And it was ugly. Ugly as hell. It was not the cute pink mountain bike that I thought I'd get.
The one that I had was just a regular little bicycle, no handbrakes. I've always preferred the the brake pedals.
Yeah, me
You know,
too.
I tried the bikes with the handbrakes, and I just don't like it.
Yeah.
no. Well, thank you. Oh my God, she is drenched.
Oh, her ears?
Yes.
Well, because Ghost is meaning. No.
Smells like a wet dog.
Oh, you know what? Her ears, when Ghost gets to her ears feel like a bat wing looks, okay? I mean, they're like slippery and it's just so gross. And she walked in here and just basically tried to throw up on me, and now she's burping on me. I love my little girl, but boy, you've got issues.
She
So-
coughed, is all she did. Leave her alone.
Oh, she just burped, and that
Well-
smells.
Well, she ate dog food.
So,
Yours don't smell.
It's even better when they fart.
oh yeah,
she's bad about it. She went up the stairs today. I was like, oh my God. Dad's going to think it's me because she was right in front of me.
Adrian, I got to ask you this last week. Did you read the story that I sent you a couple weeks ago?
I didn't get a story.
Yes, you did.
No, I
sent it
didn't.
during the show.
Did I miss something?
No, because you went and saw it while we were on the show. It's called,
Oh, okay. And then I probably completely forgot it after that. No, I have not yet. Cold noses. I have 2 of them on me. Go.
that's why you don't wear shorts when you're around dogs.
You gotta wear shorts all the time. Get off me.
shorts, no shoes. Yeah, she's.
Speaking of my stories, I finally finished a novel yesterday. Holy cow, this one took so long to write. It ended up being twice as long as I intended it to be. Um,
I
I'm-
did hear you say that.
I was when I started it, I expected it between 80 and 90,000 words. It ended up being 165,000 words.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was so ready to be done with that one. And then I start a short story today that I have been wanting to start for a while. It's actually based on a true story. Um,
Okay, there it is. Okay. I found it.
It's actually based on a true story about a guy that was going to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge 20 years ago, and he got talked out of it by a policeman. And whining about.
Enough out of all of you. She's growling at him. Stop it.
Oh, and he's gonna start his thing, and he has got this. He has got this thing where he sits there and he starts.
Yeah,
Tell me about it. Is that what happened? Okay.
wow.
outside. Go
That was
outside.
fun.
Go outside. Go outside.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah, we almost had you liked your WWE. We almost had it like in our laps with
Go outside. Go
needle
outside.
jaws and
Go outside.
stuff, and
Go.
yeah, that was damn near fun.
I said go.
But
So
Go.
so,
so I read about this story, and now the policeman and that guy that was going to jump, they now do like little seminars for mental health and depression and things like that to help other people who may be having those same thoughts. So I took that story and twisted it as in, okay, the guy's hanging off the side of the bridge, he's ready to jump, and the reason he's going to jump is because his girlfriend cheated on him. And I thought, what if the person she cheated on is this cop that's trying to talk him out of jumping off the bridge? And then they both realize, holy cow, they both realize what the truth is.
Oh
So,
wow.
so that's what I'm working on right now. I've been wanting to write this one for some time now, and now I'm finally working on it because I didn't want to stop Smart Town, which is what I just finished. I wanted to get that done and then work on this one.
yeah, I remember reading, or not reading, but listening to a book about, and this was in World War II, where this American fighter pilot was shot down, and the the Nazi who shot him down was tasked to go and find him and kill him. But this Nazi soldier left the base, found him, but refused to kill him because he was down. Kind of, the rules of battle. You don't you don't kill somebody who's already down. And so they ended up discovering each other years and years and years later when somebody wanted to write a book about this soldier who went down. This author went to Germany and found the soldier who shot him down. And then they ended up becoming great friends over the time.
Wow.
One of my, uh, I'll have to find the title of that, Jeremy, and I'll share that with you because it is such a good story. It's really uplifting too.
There's another story that I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but there's one that I heard about World War II, and it happened around Christmas time. They actually there was a truce
Yeah.
in the two sides, and then once Christmas was over, they had all become friends and refused to fight each other. So the uppers replaced them
Yep.
with people who will.
Yeah, they ended up putting together soccer games and trading food with each other
right
and
above the tip.
and,
Puck's
and
got
stuff
nowhere
like
to go.
that. Yeah, the soldiers
US wins the
themselves
draw.
ended up
Zell down below
getting
the goal
together
line.
and
Tries to come out, throws it through the
yeah,
crease, just
they
wide.
created a bond.
Americans
with
making
each
a
other.
push here in the final
And
75
it
seconds.
is. It's a wonderful story. Yeah, and then I think it was the 28th. The truce lasted until the 28th, and then it was hard for them to go and battle
Yeah,
these men that they just put a kinship with. So, but yeah, that's a wonderful story. That's an there's a couple books that I've listened to about that as well.
yeah.
So
It's amazing how people above you. Well, no, you don't. You're automatically supposed to hate the other side because people above you have decided that.
Yeah.
yeah,
And though it wasn't a war, we basically have been through that before.
Yeah.
well, you know, and as employees all of our life. We all bitch about that at one point in time, how the higher ups make it seem like, this is the way it should be. And they don't know what it's like when it's on the floor. You get smarter people than I working in offices that have no idea what my job is. These are people who, yeah, they may have been through something, but they're asking you to do things, they're asking you to take people's lives, which is hard enough. You
Yeah.
know, we don't take into consideration that we're asking children to take another human being's life. 18-year-old kids, 19-year-old kids.
Yeah.
These are people, the old standby. Hell, they're not even old enough to smoke now because the smoking age has risen. So I didn't even know that happened.
What?
So, yeah, that it's 21 to smoke now. I have
It's
no
been
idea.
that way a long time.
Yeah.
It's always been 18, far as I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's been a
But
very.
I think the states are different. For here in Indiana, it's 18 to smoke, 21 to drink.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I always thought it was too, until I saw somebody get carded and they were refused cigarettes because they were only 19. And I was like, huh? And they're like, yeah, 21 to smoke now. And I'm like, holy shit. You can give up your life, but you can't smoke a cigarette. But you can give up your life by going and getting into war, but you can't give up your life by smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, but
2019 is when that happened.
2019. Wow. Yeah, I had no idea. So,
When Trump signed the federal tobacco 21 legislation making it illegal to sell tobacco products.
well,
Okay.
he's a teetotaler. He doesn't drink. So, he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke,
Good
just-
for him.
he just, shoves cheeseburgers in his face. So, you know, which I guess there's nothing wrong with that.
I have no problem doing that. Thank you.
So, but, hey, Jeremy, we've got you've got another show that you're going to be doing here in a minute, so we're going to let you go. But you and I are also going to be working together as we always do, coming up in February. And I know that I just really want to say I want to thank you for all of your support of Community Pay It Forward. Using the streaming service is a great. Is a great help for us. It's a huge support. It's a cost that can be a real pain in the ass, and I appreciate you letting us use this and all the support that you give me, all the support that you've given Adrienne over the years, and putting up with her on Thursday nights. So
she keeps it interesting.
oh shit, she does. She is very good at keeping life interesting.
Yeah, but you know what? That's the fun about the whole dynamic of the show, because all three of us bring very different personalities to the show, and they come out from all three.
Yeah, three completely different personalities too. I mean, the interests are similar, but everything is a little bit different. You all have your own different thing. And by the way, if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, check out Things Network at 8 o'clock Eastern, on Things Network. And it's a fantastic show. It really is. It's a lot of fun. So a lot different than anything on my channels, that's for sure. So,
And then also I have my own solo show, The 13th Dimension, on Fridays at 7.
yeah. You also have a wrestling show?
Yeah, that it's not really a complete set times. Sometimes we do it on Sundays, sometimes we do it on Saturdays. Other times we've done it Monday, Tuesday, whenever we're able to fit it in. A lot of it has to do with Donald's work schedule.
Yeah.
He's a fireman and he does these 24-hour shifts. And then there's been a few times where we're getting ready to do a show, and all of a sudden he gets called in to do a 24 or even a 48.
Yeah.
So we got to work around that.
I got you. Scared the shit out of me, to be honest with you. So, well, anyway, Jeremy.
Ready to fall over.
Yeah.
Get down.
So, but yeah, Jeremy, I want to thank you so very much, brother. From us, from our family, all the love in the world, man. I appreciate everything that you are, everything that you've been, and the friendship, the brotherhood, everything that you've offered us. It's not been a long time, but it's been one hell of a time. It's been a good time. And I just look forward to watching us grow together and watching us help complement each other. And I think that we're on a good path here. You're going to be able to watch all of this program on Things Network on YouTube, and then throughout the day on Christmas Day itself here in the States, you'll be able to see this periodically on their Facebook channel. So we have to stagger on Facebook because Facebook thinks that, they have to shut us down after so many hours of
They
streaming.
delete it too.
Well, and that's fine. We've still got YouTube. YouTube is still the best place to watch these videos. It's just a little inconvenient at time because they make it to where, shiny objects are popping up all over the place. So,
well, what's good about YouTube is that the videos are actually going to stay there. Whereas on Facebook, after 30 days, they get automatically deleted.
Yep.
So now on a lot of these pages, it's like you haven't done anything, especially if you only do one show a week. Now it looks like you haven't done anything, and think this is not a good tool anymore.
Yeah.
Well, they make things so difficult. You and I were talking about earlier how difficult it is to get anything onto Instagram, and I've got TikTok set up, but I don't know if I can even stream anything to it. So I haven't tried that yet. It's gonna be we're gonna give it a shot this week with this program. So we're gonna see how that goes.
Well, I can't find it. I don't know how to get it.
I'll try to remember how I did it, but yeah. So, but yeah, we'll get everything fixed. But Jeremy, again, from the both of us to you and your family, your daughter, your dad, man, we send our love. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from all of us.
And to all of you, all of our friends on Things Network and Community Pay It Forward, just remember to take care of each other, folks, because we're all we got. You couldn't be more different than some of our very best friends in the world, and it makes a beautiful relationship. I don't know how many times I've said it. If I met somebody who was exactly like me, I wouldn't like that person very much. I really wouldn't.
You need to have that little bit of a variety.
Really wouldn't.
You need to have that little bit of a variety. Especially where you can be able to have a conversation, especially in a disagreement.
What I've been seeing on
Facebook these days, during the last few weeks, these people are spending more time arguing about this and that when they should be spending time filling out Christmas cards.
We had a conversation today that we had a conversation today that I was in a conversation with a lady who is in Sweden. I was in a conversation with a lady who is now we can have conversations with technology now. You're in Indiana, we can have conversations like that. There are you're in Indiana now who know there are more there are parts of the people now who know but don't know in other parts of the world. And that to me is scary. But don't know their neighbors. That's like one of the scariest things in the world. Scary. I mean, that's like one of the scariest things in the world that have been our neighbors since the 50s. We've got one set of neighbors that have been our neighbors since the 50s. You know, young man and then we just had a brand new next door. Young man and woman with a baby move in next door. I mean, sure that we got to know not knowing who their neighbors are.
It's definitely all you.
Not knowing